And we're back. At the last second, I selected not ultra low latency. 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000. Okay. I think the stream might have got cut off because I experimented with having ultra low latency. And hopefully it doesn't happen again. So, but it happened at a good time because I was just getting on to adding Hammond organ VST track. Whoops. Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that. No. Okay. All right. So that was over an hour anyway. So that was actually kind of serendipitous that happened. All right. Let me go ahead and turn off that TV screen over there too. That's kind of annoying. There we go. Okay, that's better. Now, where was I? Again, there's a short way over here. Drag your instrument out, but this time I'm going to do it the long way. Add track instrument. I'm going to go with, I got one here, Lost in 70s, Hanon B70. I just feel like doing this. There's this other one is more simple, and I think it just sounds more like, it just sounds more organic, I guess, to me. Which one was it? Sampleson. This one right here. Collab B3 V2. And my input is going to be this one. Impact LX61. That is my MIDI keyboard controller. And I select MIDI Omni. Create. And there it is at the bottom. I expand it. Now I don't want to have to scroll up and down, so I'm just going to get Shift F. Everything fits in the window now. Talking to you, Eric, by the way. I see you. Okay, and now I'm going to open it up right there, that button right there, next to the name, and there it is. And when I play the keyboard, sound should come out. And indeed it does. Little tiny bit of latency. Now I'm going to adjust these sliders to taste. Now, this song is already, with that bass line and that big guitar part, you know, it's got a lot going on you saw the the spectrum analyzer is pretty heavy on bass, and you know, there could be more going on in the mid range. So you can see I'm kind of tailoring this Hammond sound to be more mid rangey. Not so much down here. Don't need that so much, right? So I'm kind of pre-EQing here. E minor, C major 7. Let's just give it a shot. The nice thing is, you know, I can track the part, and I can always come back and change any of this. Now here's the rotary. We got slow and fast, slow, stop, and fast. As I said, this one's simple. And maybe too simple. But what I like this one for is, so I'm going to show you something about automation now, because my idea here is to play in this organ in the pre-chorus and in the chorus. And during the pre-chorus, I would like the rotary speaker to be on slow, and in the chorus, I'd like to ramp it. I like it to ramp up to fast, so that in the pre-chorus, it's very subtle and you can kind of barely detect it, more felt than heard, and then just sort of like bloom out in the chorus. That's the idea right now anyway. Percussion I got on. We've also got leak, which I like on higher up. Click. Yeah, everything is, let's see, third. I forgot what this one's for. Third, third or second. I'm not hearing much of a difference there. Chorus on. Oh, there's chorus. Here are the chorus is emphasizing the higher end. I'm gonna leave the chorus off, and I'm gonna see. There's also a settings. 128 voices. There's no need to muck about with any of that. Okay, more rotary cab settings are only in the pro version. So, okay, so it is what it is. Now the only thing is to sort of track it and see how it sits. But that's how to get it set up there. And then just like with an audio track, now you can see how the audio tracks have this little icon here. that one, that one, that one. The instrument track has this little bit of keyboard icon right there. And but you arm the track just like with any other by clicking that button. And so this starts off with a B minor. Let's see. Gotta learn the chords every time I play the keyboard. Relearn them. Okay. So it starts out with a B minor. It's B minor, E, A. And yeah, once again, I want to just move this up here. Actually, I want to move the bass. I have a certain order. I generally put bass right under drums, and then I put organs and synths under bass, and then I put guitars, and then I put vocals. Okay. Well, no, that's not a B. That's not a B minor. That's a B minor. There's a B major. There's a B minor. That's too bassy. That's too trebly. So, right there. There's my B minor. And then it goes to E major. And that will be, C. And then an A. C, D, E. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, there's my first chord. A minor, E, and then A. So bad at keyboard. I can't remember chords. They all look the same. And then A, what does A look like? actually do very little tracking with a keyboard. I do these parts more with. I do a lot of mouse work on these parts. Anyway, let's just see if it tracks without glitching. Just track the first 3 chords. And now I'm going to double click, click, and there's what I just tracked right there. Now, once again, this is not on the cakewalk clock, so these vertical lines, they're not guidelines that I can follow. Not exactly, anyway. But let me see if I can hear. Not really hearing it. But hang on a second. Let me pull the instrument back up, and it's got a master volume. Let's turn that all the way up and see if we can hear it now. Or you can certainly hear it that time. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is okay, Pro Channel, and synth. Let's use a synth preset, and well, I kind of like to use the tube stage on Hammond. So I'm just going to choose mix bus warm, and for EQ, there's really not a good EQ preset for this, so I'm just going to do just a basic wonk. I'm not going to roll the bass all the way off. I'm going to do more like something like this. And over here, something more like that. Now, EQ is nothing more than gain or volume, just band specific, right? So I've just subtracted from the amplitude of the signal, so you know I can let's bring it up in the mid-range here, and I'm going to use the Q knob to, oh wait a minute, not that Q knob, this Q knob. Can I like broaden it out a bit? That. Okay, and then why not? Let's just see how that sounds so far. Okay, well I'm getting playback glitch. and I can't keep carrying on like this. If you watched the earlier stream I did, you know, you saw how you can, down here in what's called the piano roll, this is similar to the sequencer. And these are all your notes that correspond to the keyboard. So if I hit that one, so you know, if you like, if I can double click here, I can add a note. And if I get on the edge and I drag it out like that, I can change the duration of the note. There's a start. If I want to delete the note, I right click on it, add a note, double click, delete a note, right click. You play around with it. Add a note, double click. Ooh, that was the wrong note. 4 arrow, drag. Change it where it occurs in time, pitch, right? Can undo. I can select everything. I can drag everything up and down at once. I can move everything at once. And I hope my DAW doesn't crash because of that little stunt. Okay, undo. There. That was the kill switch, by the way. There's the kill switch. That's the kill switch. Reset MIDI and audio. Reset. Right there. See that? Okay. So you can, and I have done so. I mean, I've got Hammond organ solos in some of my songs, and I didn't track those. I composed them right here in the piano roll with the mouse. Or sometimes it's the case that I'll track bits of them, chunks of them, but then my timing is poor on the keyboard, and I'll have to nudge and fudge and nudge with the mouse, you know, to get it sounding good. But to give you an idea of what you can do with a mouse, I can't work with this project anymore the way it is. I'm gonna have to do the rest. This shows you how to get it set up and how you can do an organ part. And there's no point in going on to the synth. Might as well keep this short and keep this to getting, and so here we go, collapse. Now we're back into track view. And the instrument itself, again, you can just look up Sampleson Collab 3 V2, download. I'll show you the best sites for downloading these things from and how to install them. It's not bad. It's actually fun once you get the hang of it. And you know, you could be doing a Hammond organ part just with your mouse. It's a little bit tedious, but you know, you're making music, right? So, anything to add before I do want to, before I go, I'm going to play you another song, right? I did a Hammond solo in it that I'm quite pleased with, actually. I'm not done with that mix, that project, but yeah, you know, there it is. That's how to do it. And so I'm just going to go ahead and save it. And close it, and let's see if I can find that other project here. Open Dirt in the Ground, that's it. Which one is the most recent? Ground console. Let's see. I need a I need to view by details. Look at the dates. Date. What's the latest one? Console MD. March 13th. March 15th. March 13th. March 13th. Okay. $639, $731. I don't know. Mix down. Let's see what that's what I decided on. Of course, I won't be able to play this one, but this will tell me which console system I went with. And it was Console LA? I went with Console LA, huh? Wow. All right. Well, yeah, sir. I just laid out I just showed you how to load up a Hammond organ sim, and it was just explaining how I'm really poor at tracking with I'm not a keyboard player at all. And so I do a lot of my keyboard parts using the mouse. I'll track bits of it with the keyboard, but I use the mouse quite a lot in the piano roll, which looks like that, you know. So I'm not gonna go on too much longer with this, but I'm just about to play, just to show you what you can accomplish with a mouse. I was gonna play this Hammond solo I did in this song, just to show you, just a little inspiration, you know. So this is a contact synth part, and that's a step sequencer. There's the piano roll, right? So once you learn your way around here with a mouse, you figure it out. It's not that hard. It's tedious at times, and there's some other things in here I got to show you, especially when you're on the cakewalk clock. You got to learn how to quantize things, but it's not, none of it's bad. But anyway, I was just trying to figure out which project file to open. So I love having the customer present when I carve the neck. It's an experience most people don't get to do on a custom build. Yeah. Yeah, like anything. But at least it's like you know, you're making music, so it's motivation, and then really doesn't take long. It really doesn't. It's really intuitive. It's visual. You know, I mean, it's as close as you can get to manipulating real things without them being actual physical things, like blips on a screen, but it's all pretty intuitive. All right, so let's see, just don't need to look at that. I don't think this is gonna. Let me just try to hit play back on this, but it's probably gonna glitch. Yeah, it's not. That's a non-starter. So hang on just a second here. I just got to check something, and then I'm gonna play. Just gonna play you this song with this solo in it, and it's Console LA. Sure enough. Well, it doesn't. It's not gonna make that much of a difference. All right, almost there. No, and open. Let's just Let's go with this one. Some allergies suddenly started bothering me about a half hour ago. Okay. Let's hope this. All right. These are not frozen. Dirt in the ground. Not frozen. Well then, I'll just have to do this. I'll just have to do this. It's okay. Um, Bear with me. This is only going to be a few more minutes. Let's try that. Oh. Tracks are not frozen. Well, all right then. Here's what I'll do. Eight tracks. These VST instruments, they're very processor intensive, more so than audio tracks, a lot more. So you get like a organ and a synth or two, things start to bog down. Why does this have so many more? Huh. Okay, I guess I get it now. Okay, here's what I'll have to do to get you to hear this is just, let's see, open and aha, March 13th. Huh. Okay. I'll open up this one then. Ah, okay. I remember what I did now. Okay, so this is the song, three different mix downs. This is a cover of a Tom Waits song from his album Bone Machine. It's called Dirt in the Ground. I don't know if you are a Tom Waits fan or familiar with this music. It's from the early 90s, I believe. And I quite like it. I'm a big, I've got a lot of Waits influence in me. I really love his, a lot of things about him. And so I'm gonna go with I think this is the one I finally decided that I liked the most, and it's soloed already. So I'm just gonna hit play. It's not a long one. It's called "Dirt in the Ground," and it has a Hammond organ solo that I quite like, and I did it with the mouse because there's no way I could play anything like this live on a keyboard. Let's say I did a combination of I'd find the notes on the keyboard, and some of them like I could do like this run of five notes and then that run of five notes and then between that and the mouse and the piano roll, I stitched it together. Anyway, here goes. This is Dirt in the Ground.
What does it matter? A dream of love or a dream of lies? We're all gonna be the same place when we die. Your spirit don't leave knowing your face or your name, and the wind through your bones is all that remains. And we're all gonna be, yeah. And we're all gonna be, yeah. Said we're all gonna be, yeah. Said we're all gonna be just dirt in the ground. Will from a buzzard, the blood writes the word. I wanna know, am I the sky or the bird? As hell is boiling over and heaven is full, we're chained to the world and we all gotta pull. And we're all gonna be, yeah, yeah. Say we're all gonna be, yeah, yeah. Say we're all gonna be, we're all gonna be just dirt in the ground. Now the killer was smiling with nerves made of stone. He climbed the stairs and the gallows groaned. And the people's hearts were pounding, they were throbbing, they were red. As he swung out over the crowd, I heard the hangman said, we're all gonna be, yeah. We're all gonna be, yeah. So we're all gonna be, yeah. We're all gonna be just dirt in the ground. He killed him with a stone. The sky cracked open and thunder groaned. Along a river of flesh, can these dry bones ever live? Ask a king or a beggar, and the answer they'll give is that we're all gonna be, yeah. We're all gonna be, yeah. Say we're all gonna be, yeah. We're all gonna be just dirty
Yeah, actually, that was the earliest mix. That was the earliest one, and these two were later. I think this one's actually a lot better down here, but oh well. You could hear the this last part.
I cracked open. Oh, he just dirt in the ground. Oh, gonna be just dirt in the ground.
Yeah, that's better.
Oh, gonna be just dirt in the ground. Oh, gonna be just dirt in the ground.
No. No, these are not. But anyway, I'd have to play those from those project files to get the latest. But you get anyway. That's the solo is still basically the same, and just shows what you can accomplish with a mouse if need be. So that was the point, and I'll leave it at that. So anyway, are you still there? Um, yeah, man, I bet that's such an amazing. I bet that's such an amazing. What's the word? Satisfying is not a good enough word. Gratifying is not a good enough word. But the experience of building something like that, and then yeah, having a customer there, just it must be satisfying and gratifying, and I don't even know the word. It must be quite something. Um, so, anyways, the first stream turned out just over an hour, and it got cut off, but it got cut off at a good time. And I talked about some things in there that you're going to need to know about. Um, Mid-side processing. I don't know if you know anything about that, but that's an important one. We looked at yeah, yeah, I bet it is. You probably got some videos of that moment too, huh? What kind of amp do you have in the shop for that moment? I assume that moment takes place in the shop. Um, anyway, I hope the streams tonight are uh, interesting and useful for you. Music room, okay. The twin, okay. And the rig, you got some pedals in front of it or in the effects loop. Hey, this might be worth trying if you if you're up for it. I'm just gonna pull up Discord here, and there you are right there. And if you want to try, I don't know if you're set up for it. You said you got a PC there. Maybe it doesn't have any kind of mic connected to it, but if it does, you could call me the way Eric the way Phil did when we were talking earlier. He was calling in on Discord. Um, if you do have a mic connected to it, even a cheap one, you just hit this little gear icon here, and you go down to voice and video, and then you make sure that microphone is your input. Oh, I see. Well, you can call from your phone. No problem. You just get on your phone, open up Discord, and click on our chat here, and then you can start a voice call with that button. Obviously the interface will be different on your phone, but you can click, tap, whatever, mash, mash the voice call button. I just saw your icon appear there, so it looks like you just fired up your phone. Oh, just went on the little moon icon there, but we'll see what you do. God, it's already 4:30. Well, no matter. Today's a holiday too. Yesterday was a holiday and today's a holiday, so yeah, no hurry, sir. There we go. See, join video, join call. All right. I can hear you.
Join video. Join.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, sir.
I can hear you.
Oh, there's such a lag between the computers.
Well,
Yes,
turn
I
that
can.
down. Just turn the volume down.
Yeah. All right, now I'm just through the phone.
There we go. Just like a real radio show.
Oh, yeah.
When the host tells her, could you please turn your speakers down? There we go.
Yeah.
That's
Does
it.
this have video too?
You could make a video call, but it's not really necessary. Oh, there you go. Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Look at
I'm
you.
playing, this is the twin to the one I built for Eric Gale's, the Crown guitar
Oh, yeah.
with
yeah.
the crown lasered into it because of his album.
Do you got a laser engraver?
I have a friend.
Got a friend.
You know the score.
Right on, man. Let me I'm just gonna make this bigger. Full screen. There we go. Right on.
Yeah. I don't see you.
Well, you should see me if you're looking at the YouTube video stream, you should see both of us. We should be filling the whole
Well,
screen.
Yeah. I was getting so much lag, I just gave up on the PC part.
Yeah, just don't worry about it. Just go ahead and show us what you got there.
Trying to turn this thing.
Uh-oh.
This is one of mine.
The guitar is not coming through.
Is it not?
No.
Turn it up.
Your voice is coming through, but the guitar
How about that?
Not hearing it, man. No.
That's just a sound in the room.
Okay, it's just barely. Can you run it through the amp? Can you amp it up?
It's amp. I'm surprised you can't hear it.
Maybe turn the phone microphone toward the amp.
Can you hear it at all?
I know what you need to do. I know what the problem is. But to fix that problem, you got to go into the Discord settings, and you got to Discord is not for musicians; it's for gamers. And
Ah,
there are all kinds of like filters and noise cancelers and stuff in there, and so you got to turn
that's
that stuff
crazy.
off. Yeah, so maybe for now, let's just like focus on the visual aspects of the guitar, if that's cool.
Yeah. I don't put a back plate on my guitars
Got it. Yeah,
because I hate them. I mean, I always end up removing them for easier string access.
yeah.
So that way I have no holes visible after the fact.
Uh huh.
So there's the back of the neck, which is, I sand mine kind of dull for a better feel.
I like that
Um,
feel. I like that feel myself. Yeah.
and this one just has my logo. It's probably reversed.
No,
Yeah, it's
no,
reversed because of the camera.
not to me. It's not.
Oh,
It's
really?
yeah, yeah. It's the right way.
On this, I put the logo on the back because on the front it's got Eric Gale's signature on the front,
Oh, okay. Wow.
and
Wow.
his goes the opposite direction because he plays left-handed, but he just takes a right-handed guitar and flips it over.
Oh, like Hendrix.
No, the strings are upside down.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's just how he picked it up. He figured that he does, and he's actually right-handed. And it's like, man, wait till the left-hand mafia figures you out. They're going to be pissed.
Why? So he. So that is an interesting. I wonder why he. I wonder why he did it that way when he was young. I
he,
guess.
I think his brothers played like that. Plus, he figured, well, I do all the intricate stuff with my right hand, and so it made sense to just do that, and that's just how he plays.
That's
It's
wow.
crazy,
Wow, that
and
is,
it's
man.
crazy to watch him because, well, first of all, his playing is amazing. So trying to pick up his stuff is just impossible for me. But seeing it upside down and backwards is just as impossible.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you this more ear training, I guess, huh?
I guess I could. I think I can turn the camera and show you the music room.
Oh yeah, man. Thanks.
So I can't see what it's showing.
Is that a Jaguar or a Jazzmaster?
That is a bass 6.
What? Wait a minute. I was
Hold
just
on.
looking at the body shape. Looked like a Jag
I'm
or.
trying. It doesn't turn around.
Oh,
That's my wife trying to help me.
there might be
It
a
should.
little. There might be a little button somewhere on the screen.
There we
it
go.
is.
There's Brassy Cat on the. That's a Fender Hot Rod Deluxe that's been modded with the Frommel mod, which is a good mod. That's a bass 6.
Oh,
It's a Squire bass 6, so it's pretty cool actually.
is that like a baritone guitar? So 6 string bass?
It's a 6-string bass. Um, the Beatles used them a bunch on their recordings.
Okay.
And right here's the first Strat I ever built. That's a piece of ancient Cuban mahogany that was cut and dried long before the trade embargo. That my uncle found planks of in a barn. That's the old water slide decal logo.
Oh man.
And there's all cracks in the finish. The house got cold that night and it shattered. That's not from age. That's new.
Wow.
It happened. I just left it. But that's the very first build. And of course, I got a Les Paul because I love them, but I don't like playing them. They're uncomfortable to sit and play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Can I see the first build again, real quick?
yeah.
Because I was just I got to tell you, I told you I like guitars to be white or black or some shade of orange or brown. And that's just got like all my favorite kinds of tones. And
Yeah, that's the ancient Cuban mahogany, and this pick guard is a piece of burl veneer that I glued onto a pick guard blank
oh man.
and made the pick guard, which it's a pretty looking burl right there.
And what about the fingerboard?
That is Bubinga,
Bubinga. Wow.
and the brass ring for the dot markers.
Yeah.
That's a 5.56 cartridge case neck. It just happens to fit a 1/4 inch hole perfectly. If you are a reloader, a fired case is too big for the hole, but a resized case is perfect.
That is so cool, man. Like
See,
I got to tell you, like in terms of just aesthetics and visual appeal, like I would I gravitate towards that, man. Like that would
I
so
dig
far.
the wood grain for sure. It's like this one here is this is a piece of maple that I got from a end of a board at work. It looks like wrinkled blue jeans with this blue dye.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
said that'll make a nice top cap, and that's all it is it's a top cap. You can see the seam,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and I bend the top cap for the arm contour.
Yep. I saw
That way it's consistent.
is that what the jar of bendy juice is for? I saw bendy juice.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's for. This Strat is really heavy. That's a ash body. That's and maple neck. I use roasted maple now because I love it. It sounds great. There's my American Strat that I don't like very much because the neck profile is terrible. But it's got the Fishman Fluence pickups in it, which are pretty nice pickups. They're active pickups, so this back plate is actually it's got a charging port right there,
Oh,
like you
okay.
would use for a cell phone.
Yeah.
So that back plate is the lithium battery that
Oh, okay.
keeps things going. Here's my raccoon. I had a pet raccoon for 12 years, so I found this book that had this pen and ink drawing in there, and I made a water slide decal for
Oh,
the guitar.
man. Could you tell
And the
me?
crown,
Yeah. Can you tell me
crown is
real quick?
yeah.
Just in passing, you said that guitar. You said you don't like much. You said it's because of the neck radius.
Well, the back profile, it's just too chunky of a neck.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
I like them a little thinner.
Yeah, for
But
the
this
Strat, I like
this
it. I like it thinner. Yeah.
this one here is this is what got me in the biz. You know, Eric's got the exact twin to it, and the pick guard is done by a buddy of mine. He does this pen and ink. Well, I mean, alcohol ink,
Uh-huh. Wow, man.
and it's. I got a little wear spot right there from playing. It does wear it off, but this top is that ambrosia maple. A beetle gets in there and it's got a fungus on its shell and causes those streaks.
Wow.
In maple, it causes browns, and in that box elder, it causes red streaks.
Yeah.
All right, there's my 1970 Fender Twin,
Uh-huh.
which is the same year I was born. I love this amp, and I've got all three of the amps out here, and it's always running through the Twin and the Tweed Blues Deluxe.
Blues Deluxe. Okay. So a Twin, Blues Deluxe, and Hot Rod Deluxe.
And my pedal. See, I got this. This is what I run both amps through. I can I can have it on both amps or one or the other with that ABY switch.
Yep.
That's the ticket.
Right. Yep.
And a pretty modest pedal
Well, you
board.
got
I
the
made
you,
this.
you got the OCD. I love the OCD, man.
You know why I bought it?
I,
Because they fucked them over.
what,
You know, during the damn COVID bullshit when the riots were going on,
yeah.
he put a post up. He just shared a meme, and it was something to the effect of it had a Jeep with blood on the front of it and said something about the protesters didn't stop me from driving through. And it was
Yeah.
just a meme he shared.
Yeah.
And the cancel culture came out and tried to destroy him. Even Guitar Center, they said, well, we're no longer going to carry that product from that company.
Yeah.
And it was bullshit because he already stopped sending them stuff because they weren't paying him.
Yeah.
So he said, screw it, I'm going to shut down. I've made my money. I'm not going to make pedals anymore. So I bought that pedal just because they were giving him shit. And it turns out it's a really good pedal.
Yep.
I like it a lot.
Yep.
And they reduced the price because everybody was pissed at Full Tone. So I got it cheap, brand new. And now he's like, well, screw y'all, I'm shutting down. So now they're worth money.
Right.
These are good pedals. That Nobles.
Yep, I've had
they call them no balls.
Yeah, I've had a couple of Nobels overdrives, and I really liked them. Never had a green one. Mine were not green. Mine were, I think, white. But yeah.
And this is one I made from a kit.
Okay.
I found some. I found a hydro dip pattern with a Second Amendment motif and dipped the case in that. But it's a copy of the, what is it? The King of Tone, or it's a pedal that takes like 4 years to get, and they're fairly expensive.
Gotcha.
What, Ben? No, this is not the clone. And this one here I love. That's a really good pedal.
Never heard of it.
It's Greg Koch signature pedal. This is what he uses for overdrive a good bit when he's not getting it through the amp.
Okay. Gristle King.
And yeah, it's got a boost and overdrive. It's a really good pedal.
Cool.
It sounds great. This is something more people should put on their board.
I agree.
Because I can get I can't crank the twin in here to get the tones that everybody screams about.
Yeah.
But I can get a really good clean sound and then tweak it with that the EQ, and it's glorious.
Yeah.
And I rarely use that.
Yep.
The delay. That Mojo, a lot of people dig these. There's not really a bad sound on them. They sound pretty good.
Yeah.
And that's fun. That's a like a Univox type thing.
Can't go wrong with Electro-Harmonics. They make.
I've always got bodies hanging in the living room. Yeah. This is going to be Fiesta Red at some point for a customer. This one here I'm just calling custom number 4. It's got English walnut top cap, which is beautiful.
Yeah, it is, man. Wow.
So I'm calling this one mine, but I don't know. I'll probably end up selling it. I don't know if you heard about the big storm and the floods in Asheville, North Carolina.
Yes,
in the North Carolina mountains. It flooded bad, but this guitar was in it, and it was split right down here twice. And it was really wide splits. And I've got the recipe for the burst colors, so I've solidified the splits and redid the burst on this bottom part, and you can't tell it, which is good. I mean, it was split all the way.
So that's a restoration project for a customer?
Yeah, for a friend.
Oh, wow, man.
We can go and shop.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, this is This house I'm living in that you saw, this had an old fireplace here, and it had an old pool table slate. So I took stones from the property and made a new base. Somebody gave me this wood stove insert,
Ah,
and I used that pool table slate to build this surround for it.
oh, wow.
And we cut that log from the property, and we built a whole. We used pallet wood for the wall treatment, and got all that rigged up. It's pretty good. That's our only heat. With peanut. So here's the shop. This is a great quote that I like to think about when I go to build stuff.
What's that? Gentlemen,
Can you read?
we will chase perfection and we will chase it relentlessly, knowing all the while we can never attain it. But along the way, we shall catch excellence. Sounds like a Winston Churchill quote or something like that.
It's a football coach who came up with that,
Oh, okay.
which I'm not into sports at all, but I like that quote.
Yeah.
So here's a bunch of templates for guitar building. All kinds of, you need templates, and I've got a lot of them.
Uh-huh.
And I can copy the templates with a template and redo everything.
Yeah.
All the necessary things for wood butchery,
Uh,
and for fun stuff,
uh-huh.
reloading dies.
Yeah.
I reload my own ammo. I like to make my own projectiles, cast my own bullets and whatnot. Self-sufficient stuff.
Yeah.
And this main work area right here. Another guitar hanging that's in the process. This is roasted swamp ash. And that's going to be a hardtail Strat.
Ah.
With Coco Bolo top cap. There's the neck drying box I made for keeping them in a low humidity environment. Here's the neck we were carving today.
Oh, okay.
Got abalone set inside the brass rings, and these got the Evo Gold fret wire, which is gold in color. It goes all the way through. It's good stuff.
So you.
And that's just the rough carve so far. I like, I just took a lot of wood away from it, so it's going to sit in the box for a while.
So your dot inlays all have those brass rings?
A good portion of them, yeah. Okay. This one here just has one inlay at the 12th fret, and it's a guitar pick made from abalone.
Oh, nice.
That's all he wanted, and it's nice. He's got a reverse headstock on this one.
Okay. Yeah.
And I started putting this little cutout because I'm getting bigger, and I don't want the cease and desist letters from Fender.
Uh-huh.
And they've got claim to the two-dimensional shape, so that changes that.
Got it.
And that's a nice piece of bird's eye right there.
Yeah. You have your own custom neck plate that you I glimpsed.
Yeah, my laser guy does it.
Okay.
I'll dig out something.
You just need like a Wall Street guy.
Yeah, I know, right? So here's my lasered in logo. And it's pretty deep. It's lasered in really deep.
Huh.
And this is the neck for that custom number 4. And this actually has man-made opal inside the brass ring.
Oh.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It flashes. But I found a piece of that Zercoat that had some sapwood with it. So I've got that two-tone look going.
Yeah.
And this also has the bird's eye maple.
Wow.
So I'm just calling this custom number 4 right now. Because it's the 4th one I built for myself. And yeah, that's the bunch of necks in there, all kinds of different stuff. Fun stuff.
So, one thing I always wondered about is like the precision of the measurements. I
It's very precise.
I would think that that was the thing I always had the most trouble with building wood, furniture and stuff. Is just I just could never seem to get precise enough with my measurements.
Yeah.
And,
And I've got jigs like for cutting the fret slots. I was using this fret rule. It shows the placement of all the frets.
yeah.
You can just mark it out, or you could do the math. But now I went and spent the money on this expensive miter saw where the saw fits in between these bearings and it rides dead straight and it's got a depth stop.
Okay.
And I attach a fretboard blank to one of these templates.
Yeah.
They've got notches that will ride in. There's a little pin, so it's way more precise.
Oh, okay.
Those little notches on the side there.
Stu Mac.
So I use that now because it's the peace of mind is so much more.
Yeah. Yeah. That's an expensive thing to mess up.
Yeah. I also turn bowls and all kinds of stuff on that lathe of mine.
Okay.
And I mean, there's so much you can do with a lathe.
Yeah.
But like mallets, I'll need a little mallet or something, and I'll just turn it out. And I put a piece of brass rod in this one just to add a little bit of weight for stuff. So, yeah,
What do you
I end up making a lot of tools.
what do you make mallets for?
Oh, for tapping all kinds of stuff. Like this one here, like I might need to like seat something in. It's just
I see.
something to beat on stuff with.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, bunch of bowl blanks. That's how they look before I turn them around. That's a spot for it to mount in the chuck, like one of those chucks.
You're not turning any stumps, are you?
No, no. There's a buffer I'm still scared to use on the guitars because you can burn through the finish very easily.
Yeah. What do you use?
Oh yeah.
What do you use for finish usually?
I like pre-catalyzed lacquer. Here's a box I made for myself for all the knobs are hand turned and
Oh, wow.
yeah, just something to hold all my reloading stuff. And I used wood that was had big cracks in it, and I used bow tied Dutchman to hold everything and made it contrast so it'll look good.
Yeah.
Celebrate the defect.
Absolutely.
And it's all trimmed out. And there's some on top as well. It's a little dusty in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd rather celebrate the defects instead of hiding it. And
the Japanese have a word for that. They call it.
Yeah, and I forgot the word.
They call it wabi.
And they actually use gold to fill in a lot of that stuff, which is pretty damn cool.
Yeah. Yep. Well, thanks for the tour, man. That was really that was an unexpected thing to happen. That was worth staying up a little bit longer for, dude. That was just a lot of respect. That little cabinet that you made, like that's you got some skills. That's all I can say.
Well, thank you.
Nice,
it's something I've always done. My grandfather was a master craftsman and artist. He actually did incredible pen and inks and oil paintings. That's a pen and ink he did in the 1920s or 30s. Yeah, he's in several books for maritime artists. for
Wow.
New England and stuff. He did a lot of whaling scenes.
Oh.
Yeah, super talented. And my grandmother was, she was a carver. Here's something cool. I turned on the lathe,
Oh,
a
nice.
wine goblet, got
Wow.
captive rings.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Were you in the Corps?
No, my son, my
Oh,
oldest son was Marine Corps.
okay. All right.
But yeah, little little tour of cool stuff.
Very cool stuff, man. Very cool. And pretty cozy looking house you got there.
I like it.
Yeah.
I dig it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's got all my guitars right near me at all times. So, and my station, see, something coming in. This is my station. Oh yeah, that's Eric Gale's playing the last build I built for him. That
Oh.
he plays the hell out of that guitar now. It's crazy. Most of the videos that come out, he's playing that.
Did he?
But it's good to be able to talk live instead of typing.
Yeah, it
You
is.
know,
Yeah.
I'm talking about when my buddy's got that laptop for me. It's a really good laptop, and I think he's only asking like $400 for it. So I'm going to get it. But I'm going to have that one set up with Windows, and literally, it's so much easier if I have that like to one side because I don't know how to do any of the. I can't do two things on a computer. I'm lucky to be able to do one. I'm just bad with technology. Period.
Yeah, I hear you.
And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that because
Yeah.
I built cool stuff.
Well, so so but you were saying you might be able to get that PC set up with Windows maybe, right?
He actually has it to where I can switch it, but I struggle with that.
Oh, okay.
It's uh it's difficult for me to change stuff
Well,
because
it should give you the choice when you start it up.
it does, but I don't know. It's weird. I need to relearn how to do that. He's going to be coming out for a shooting day pretty soon, so
Well,
I'll have every time he comes out, I have him clean the computer up and do all the stuff that I don't know how to do. And I don't have a lot of interest in learning how to operate the damn computer, all the ins and outs. I just want to be able to turn on stuff and use it. You know what I mean?
yep, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I'm not far removed from that myself, and I do not enjoy um the little you know I've gotten into where I don't have to troubleshoot very much anymore. Things generally work the way they're supposed to, and it's a lot better than it was like way back in the day. Um, you know, in especially in the world of Windows, it's a lot better than it used to be. So it's
Yeah,
you
I
should be
just
able to
didn't
get
grow
it.
up with this stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't even get into video games when they first came out, and so it just wasn't my thing. I was busy making things out of wood and partying.
yep,
So,
yeah, yeah, that too.
but thankfully, that's all gone.
Well, I mean, it's part of a life.
Yeah, I mean, no regrets. It's not worth regretting or fretting over it. It happened, and that's all there is to it. My wife stuck it out with me, so
Yeah, mine
I'm
too.
okay.
Mine too. It's a wonder. It's a wonder that she did. Yep.
Right.
And that's why well, you know, that's well, that's just if you have one person in your life like that, then you're a lot wealthier than people that have a lot more, but they have a lot less when it comes down to it.
Yeah, no kidding. I see it often.
Yeah, you see it all the time. And I'd say that you're, by my standards, you're quite a rich man.
I agree.
Yeah,
Rich and blessed.
rich and
Like
blessed.
today, I mean, the people know that I'm not able to work for 6 months, and I keep saying, well, I mean, I've been working towards being full time guitar guru. Maybe this is God's way of saying, hey, guess what? It's time.
Could be.
And I had a guy bring over 2 Telecasters today. He said, just whatever it takes to get these things working awesome, do it. And so that's, and I got 2 more coming, 2 Strats that need the same treatment. It's going to be a fret level and crown, which I charge about $150 to do. So that's 4 fret level and crowns that I've got coming in right now. So I've got work. I'm blessed and highly favored.
Yeah. Yep. And you know, this is just it's not. I'm not going to use the word like premonition, but I've had this call it a knack in my life for um, anticipating long-term trends, like years out, and I feel like just kind of the ebb and flow, the way things, the way the world moves through time. I kind of feel like in the way the pendulum swings, um, I kind of feel like we're, I mean, assuming that it's not like the second coming happens and all that, but the world is kind of due for a correction. And I think that, we were joking about the internet going out earlier, but it's kind of not a joke. I wouldn't be surprised at all if something like that happened, or just some kind of like world economic meltdown that's going to force people to kind of go back to the old ways some, and rediscover locality, local.
We're due for it.
Yeah,
I
we're
think
due
we're
for
long
it.
overdue for it.
Yeah, I would say we're overdue for it. And so that's like one reason why I just I like I'm not what you'd call a religious man, but I do have a kind of an abiding faith that I've acquired over time. And I just, you know, I kind of stick to my guns in my own way. And I don't, there's a lot of bandwagons I just refuse to hop on. And I, so I would say just, yeah, that what you're talking about. And that's a good way to look at it too. That's another thing that'll, just finding the silver linings and things. And, it could be that that's exactly what's going on. This is, the doors close and they open.
Well, this whole experience, this whole thing with the guitar building has been very organic. And, I didn't set out to build guitars to sell. I built that first one because I saved that wood through all the drinking years. And I always said I'm going to build myself a guitar one day. And then I did. And the local music store was like, dude, you got to build guitars. So, I didn't set out to become a guitar builder. I just set out to build myself one guitar.
It's
But
kind of,
things rolled through, and just I didn't push anything, and I'm still not. I just I make connections and things happen, and just
you know,
rolling along.
you know why it's better when things happen that way? because when things happen that way, it's not uh, it's not all driven by your ego,
Exactly.
you know. I just that's one overriding pattern I found in my life is like if I set about to do something, the more ego driven it is, the worse it always turns out. It just never works out. And
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like anything you try and force something and you break it.
yeah,
You know,
but it's
that's
not for
working.
everybody. I mean, like some people are complete egomaniacs and it works for them. Or at least I mean,
Yeah,
it works it kind of works in the material realm the way that they according to the thing just but for me it's just that's not the way for me, you know what I mean? And
yeah, I'm the same. I like things to, uh, I like when it feels like, well, this is right. Feels like it was supposed to go just like this.
yeah, like
It's comfortable.
that's my way of being religious, and
Yeah,
it takes the ability to it takes the ability to kind of just to listen, to listen, not with your ears, but I guess with your heart, to listen.
right.
And yeah, so I mean, the quality is certainly there, and the wow factor is there, and you're using all these interesting woods, and like the pieces of wood themselves have history and stories behind them, and everything is there, man. It's just, I mean, uh, see, like the next thing in this day and age that we're living in is like the next thing I'm tempted to say is like, well, maybe you just need some like more marketing, but then, like social media marketing and all that bullshit. But then it's just
Right.
like, but then it's just like you're off. Unless you got friends to handle that for you, then you're off like
Well,
doing stuff that doesn't come natural, and then it's just not the way
and,
anymore. You know?
and that's the thing. It doesn't come natural for me to self promote.
Right?
Um,
Yeah.
but you bring that up. But I've got a group of friends right now that are they want to see me grow,
Good.
and they're like, well, let's see what we can do. So there's actually like five of us in a group, and it's just like a think tank type thing. And they're like, well, what if we do like a giveaway or something? So that's coming up pretty soon. And like this one guy, he's actually a customer. Anybody who becomes a customer, they really end up like family and really become. I mean, the part of the freestyle team, and they're like, man, we want to see more of this out there. So we're actually talking now about ways we can do that, and like the YouTube videos. You notice I'm not doing them like the teaching videos where I'm talking a whole lot. It's more like my buddy asking me questions and just giving the basic things of what I'm doing in the shop, and because I'm not a teacher by any stretch. And I'm friends with some guys that have some luthier teaching YouTube videos, and that's fine for them. But I'm more about just having some fun with it, showing the process a little bit, and giving an inside look type thing. So these guys are like, well, we can do some things like that. Just it's more about sharing the name out there, and we're just going to let it grow organically.
Well,
So it's moving along. Are you on Facebook at all?
nope. I. It's funny you should ask. Back in 2017, 2018, Trump's first go around, I had a really successful group on there. It had about 3,700 members, and it was like really active. I had like a team of moderators, and you know, like three other administrators under me, and and um, and I was real careful not to violate the community standards and all that crap. Um,
Yeah, that got old.
and I'll tell you, man, I was really uh, um, I was proud of building that group, you know, and I had such a good network of people in that group that I only knew through Facebook. I learned a big lesson from that. Um,
Yeah.
just an incredible group of people, and and um, and one morning I woke up and I had like, you know, I had that group, and then I had like two or three different personal accounts. And I woke up one morning, went to log in, and your, your profiles have been suspended for violating community standards. And if you feel that this decision has been made in error and you would like to appeal this decision, click here. And I click there, and it would just take me through a bunch of just just a recursive, you know, it went nowhere. There was no uh, appealing it. There was nothing, and
I remember those days.
I lost everything just like that. And just because my group was conservative and and pro Trump and with a heavy bit of like Q, you know,
Yeah.
and that was it. And it was so bad that like I would go to like random like computer cafes, just random IP addresses, just random places, and try to start. And my co-admins, they didn't nuke my group at first. My co-admins were trying to sneak me in through the back door, and they succeeded a couple of times, but every single time, man, no matter how I tried to cover my tracks, that AI or whatever they had even back then always figured it out within a day. And
Yeah.
and then they nuked the group. And there was one guy who actually, not long before that happened, there was one guy who was kind of not huge, but kind of big in the true, you know, the truth patriot community, who I always kind of like uh, never had a good feeling about that guy. And he tried to hijack my group. And for a couple of days,
Yeah.
he successfully hijacked it. And I always kind of suspected him of having um, unsavory connections, you know. And I've always wondered if maybe he was behind what happened or part of it. But anyway, and I was really active in like I've got a history with like I've been up to some um they I'm on all the lists, and I was into some things that were, you know, I experienced some, let's say, some personal attention from some of these alphabet age,
Yeah.
and so I mean that's stories for another time, but so sorry to go on about it, but no, I even Instagram. I started an Instagram a while back, which is connected to Facebook. Like a few months ago, I had a reason to start an Instagram, and you wouldn't believe the flaming hoops I had to jump through for Instagram to allow me to.
Yeah, it's crazy. I went through a similar thing. I was part of the reloading community on Facebook, and this is before Facebook cracked down on gun ownership, and this, I mean, it was ridiculous. We actually had a buy sell trade group. We weren't selling guns or anything, but reloading components. You know, all legal stuff. But they started cracking down on that, and you just show a picture of a gun. I mean, we're talking about the gun we were reloading for, but it was a constant barrage of uh, Facebook deleting posts, and I had this reloading group. We had like 30 something thousand members,
That's big.
and it was a constant thing of just they delete posts and tag us. We actually had one person in that worked for Facebook that was pro gun and we got shut down several times, and he would get it back, and I got tired of it, and constantly dealing with damn members of. I mean, they're supposed to be adults and acting like always bitching like, "Oh, you guys are censoring us." I'm like, "No, it's Facebook doing this shit, man. We don't give a shit what you say, but we have to have this because they keep shutting us down." And finally, I just said, "You know what? I I got out of all the gun groups and reloading groups, and I said, listen, I'm shutting the group down because I'm tired of the bullshit, and I just removed all the rules. You guys post what you want." And they let face. It was terrible and funny at the same time because they really went nuts.
Yeah.
And you talked about how they'd say, "Oh, if you think we should look at this again and appeal it." I kept clicking that button so they could see all the crap that they were saying about Facebook until they shut it down for good. And I just got out of it. I'm in zero political groups. I mean, I'm already on the list, so it's not important. I don't make any political comments because it's the worst platform in the world to talk about politics because you got people in their mother's basement that'll just, they got all kinds of things to say, and it's just bullshit. I said, got tired of it. So I changed everything, and it's just about music and stuff like that. I don't post anything at all that's against anything.
I do have a
I use it for my guitars.
I do have a I do have a Gab account, but I haven't been on there in a long time.
Never even heard of it.
Oh, Gab, Gab, Gab.com. The owner is a Christian nationalist, and it's free speech and totally free speech, man. And you get all kinds on there, and they don't censor anything. I mean, unless it's like something blatantly evil and like CP or they won't have that. But otherwise, I mean, you can say whatever you want. But I haven't. I just kind of like one thing that bothered me when the Facebook thing ended was how I almost felt like it was almost like going through withdrawals from a drug.
Yeah,
I was
and
depressed for a long time, and it was like it made me think. Like
yeah, it's we get too dependent on it, and it's
yeah,
like I said, I've got to have it for the guitar business thing. That's what people view stuff on. So I got the Instagram and the Facebook. I can't do Twitter. I don't know how to operate it, and any of the other ones. So I've got the YouTube channel, the Facebook, and the Instagram. So and now Discord, and it'll take me a while to get used to that. I still haven't navigated anything. I
you
mean,
don't. Yeah, you don't really. I don't navigate anything on Discord. I just what you saw there. I just have it there all the time. There's my friends, there's my contacts with all the chat windows, and that's it. I don't do anything else with it. It's
yeah. I
just
mean,
for lines of communication is all it is.
yeah, and that's what I've boiled everything down to. Just I keep up with friends, and I met some really great people through Facebook and YouTube. I mean, I just happened to cross your channel. I was just surfing the YouTube thing and saw it was live. I clicked on it, and glad I did.
Yeah, me too. I'm very glad you did. And but that's just I think those things are meant to be. When I when I really had to quit drinking and I was I couldn't sleep, and I just I hadn't touched a guitar in years, and I had all my stuff
Yeah.
packed away, and I was just like, well, I got to do something with these late nights, and
Yeah.
so I just started knocking the studio back together, and then I just kept having this persistent thought, like you should start a YouTube channel, and I was like, I don't want to do, I no, just no. But it just kept coming. It just kept coming. And so I was like, okay, well, I know this voice. All right. Um, well, and I bargained with it. I said, well,
Oh, no.
okay, I'll do it. Um, but I do ask something in return. Um, all I ask is that I just make a few good friends along the way. Real people, not sock puppets, not, real people out there, and I know they're real, and that's it. Uh,
Yeah, and it sounded to me like you kind of did it as like thing possibly to find other people that have got sober.
we're trying to. That was the idea, See, for me, this, making music was one thing that got me through the most difficult times, and I thought, well, I'm not unique, if that helped me, it could certainly help other people. But one thing I've quickly found out about YouTube is that YouTube does not give two shits about any of that.
Oh no.
The algorithm, if anything, and this is verified, you know, the only way the algorithm will promote your content, if you're like a sobriety content channel, is if if you just treat it like an AA meeting, just telling your horror stories all the time. You just
Yeah.
That's the only way the algorithm will push it. And so I went through a period of kind of like being pissed off and then I picked up a couple of friends who were commenting and actually listening, and then I was like, well, that's not what it was about to begin with. I remembered that all I ask is just to make just a few good, real connections, and so I had to remind me, well, that is what you asked for, and so be happy with it, and that's it. So
Yeah.
you know, um, so yeah, I mean, YouTube still does shit like unsubscribe me from people without, but it does that to a lot of people, and it's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be necessarily like politically related, because I see people complaining about it that are just totally non-political and don't seem to be doing anything controversial at all. So, but so in terms of like social media, YouTube is the only thing I do anymore. Um, and
Yeah, I like it because I can look up things that I'm interested in. It's like, I knew about Eric Gales when he came out on the scene 30 some odd years ago because, people were like, hey, dude, there's a guitar player out there with your name that's really damn good. So I was like, well, that'd be cool to meet him one day. And then he he went into hardcore addiction for 30 years. I mean, he's got 18 albums out, but he didn't get really big because he was burning bridges. And when I discovered YouTube after I got sober, and I had just started building guitars um, for about a year, I had been building. And I was like, I'm going to see what he's been up to music wise. And the first video that came up was him on stage before a show giving his testimony about how he got sober. And he was doing that for every show. So I was like, I need to build him a guitar. I just had that thought. And
yeah, man.
so I just brought one of mine to one of the shows. I said, I want to build you a guitar, and told him my name, which that was a pretty good icebreaker. And I said, this is what I can do. I'm not giving you this one, but this is what I can do. And he was impressed and came out to the house, and we went over the build, and rest is history. So, I mean, it's been cool. I mean, it's worked out.
That's it just sounds like everything the way it's going for you is it seems to have the yeah, it seems to have the signature of you know, a higher power on it. Let's put it that
I
way.
think so.
So that's a, you know, I know you're going through a health issue there, but you know, get through that, and it's just no telling, no telling
Yeah.
what's
I'll
coming.
get through it, and I think it's feels like a new chapter. So, I mean, I'm just gonna see what happens, and it's happening. I mean, I've received 4 guitars in 2 days to get work done. So,
Well,
and I've got another luthier friend in Charlotte who's pretty overwhelmed with work, and we met through Facebook because I made a post something about uh, just because someone does something similar to you, it doesn't have to be a competition. You know, there's room for everybody, something like that. And he sent me a private message. He's like, "Man, we need to talk because I feel the same way."
oh, good.
And you know, it's about collaboration over competition type stuff. So I went out and met him, and he's a really good dude. And uh, I said, "Well, you're gonna have to come out here because I can't drive for 6 months." He's like, "Yeah, I saw that." And he's like, "I'm kind of overwhelmed, but I'll try and get time." I said, "Listen, if you ever get to the point where you feel you can turn some customers away and throw them my way, I wouldn't turn them down." He's like, "I actually been thinking about that because I've heard about your work and everybody's thrilled with it. So yeah, um, that might actually help me out." So I mean, things just work out like that when you meet good people.
That's right. That's right. And again, man, that's going to become more and more uh, important. You know, and you can already see signs of it happening, like the youngest kid, the youngest generation now. I forget what they're called. You know, like the kids that are now in their getting into their early 20s. Like they're looking at their parents and going. Yeah, I mean, it's like youthful rebellion in a good way. They're like, you know, they're looking at their woke parents and saying, "I don't want any part of that."
Yeah,
And they're like, I'm fuck that. I'm not going to university. Why the hell should I go?
right.
You know, I'm going to learn, make
Yeah,
myself
they're
useful.
seeing the lunacy.
And
I
a lot of
mean,
them are opting to go back to some older ways. You know, the trad wife thing is popular with a lot of young women now. You know,
yeah.
they want to become good mothers and housewives, and you
Well,
know,
they've seen the lunacy of the damn extreme left. I mean, it's just been crazy,
yeah,
man.
man, it's just
I
it's
I don't know what they think they're going to get out of the crazy thoughts when I mean, promoting crazy shit. And they refuse to even give the definition of a female. I mean, where's your motivation for that?
I know well, you know, they do it. There are things behind it, and
Yeah, I can't
but
figure out the motivation.
I'll tell
But
you, man, I like one little thing that I have to watch with myself is blood pressure, and and the just I can't pay too much attention to that stuff, or it drives my blood pressure up because just there are not many things anymore that get my temper going, but one thing is like I'm pretty libertarian in my
Yeah.
attitudes towards. It's like whatever nonsense you want to get up to in your own privacy, you know, that's between you and your maker. But
Yeah, and
don't bring
that's where
kids
I'm
into it.
at.
Don't bring kids into it. You don't
Right.
you don't harm innocence. I mean, that's
Yeah,
what.
when they started doing the drag shows at damn kids' schools, I mean, what's your motivation here? Like they have reading time in drag, and they're doing crazy things that they're saying. Say, what is your motivation here? I mean, I don't want to. Here's my thing. I don't want to hear about a heterosexual couple sex life, let alone some alternative lifestyle. It's none of my business, and it doesn't need to be put out there. I don't care. I mean, whatever you want to do, fine, but I don't want to hear about anybody's sex life. So why do you have to throw all that crap out there?
But especially kids.
Right?
You just
And
don't.
it's like,
To me, like when in the, I'm not much of a Bible guy, but when Jesus says, what's the one unforgivable sin is to blaspheme the Holy Spirit.
yeah,
That's blaspheming the Holy Spirit when you
yeah,
destroy innocence, and
right.
that's just. And so there that's a well, I mean, I should probably look at getting a nap here in the next few minutes because the sun's coming up. But
Yeah, you
I
need
can tell
to.
we've got a lot of conversations in us. But listen, man, before I go, I'd like to throw something out there for you, okay? And this is something so this song this project I just started on Dylan Allen Co.
Uh-huh.
is I think you're gonna like it. I mean, the lyrics and the whole thing of it. And so uh, I never set out to record it, but I thought, well, this is one of those things that came to me. I thought this would make an ideal, you know, cakewalk project, step by step. Show Eric, you know, and lay it out there. It'd be fun to watch it come together for all of it, for Phil too, I think. And but so here's the thing. I left uh, before the last verse chorus. I left space for a short guitar solo, and I would be honored if you would do the solo.
Well, I'm honored you asked me. I'll give it my best shot.
Well, here's the
And
thing. It's going to be a little while before it's ready for that because I want to save that for last, right? But
right,
what I could do is I could just send you through the email. I could send you just like an MP3. The song is basically put together now. You can hear the structure is there, and you can hear where the solo comes in. I just say guitar, and
right.
it's a short one. It's not long, but I just thought it'd be really cool, kind of to mark our new friendship and the fact that you make these amazing guitars. If you could, and then by the time it's ready for that, you'll have your cakewalk up and running, and you'll be able to like track a guitar solo and send it.
I'll have my cakewalk and eat it too.
There you go. Well, I'm glad that I'm glad you're at least open to it, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like I said, my computer guru should be coming by pretty soon.
Right on.
He's
Well,
got a new full automatic firearm he wants to try out. So
did I don't know if did I give you my email address yet, or I don't think.
yeah, and I sent you one.
Oh, you did? Okay. To Lean Bear
Yeah.
Music.
Yeah, I believe that's what it was.
Okay, I'm just gonna
It's
check.
been a while.
I'm gonna check it here.
I say a while. We ain't known each other long, but yeah, I
Let's
sent
see.
mail.
Oh yeah, Eric Gale. There it is. So
There you go.
before I lie down, I'm just going to mix down an MP3 and send it to you through the email. And then
Cool.
maybe just once in a while you could kind of listen to it. And the other reason I thought of it is that you mentioned that you were pulling out your guitar and kind of playing along. So I thought, well, you could be just kind of thinking about, but the solo should be saved for last because then and the last thing before that'll be the vocal track, and then you kind of that needs to be behind the solo, if you know what I mean, right?
Right.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll do my best.
Thank you very much, man. That puts a big smile on my face that you're open to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off and do that. And it's a holiday today, so the missus is gonna want to go out and do something in the afternoon. So I should
Yeah, get
probably.
you some rest, and it was good talking to you live. It's so much better than typing.
Yeah,
So
I
much is
know.
lost.
I know,
'Cause
man.
you can only type so much, and I suck at typing, of
And plus, there
course.
is that lag. It just so this is
Yeah,
much better, and now you know how to do it. So there we go.
yeah.
All
All
right,
right,
man.
brother.
Thank you for the tour. That was awesome.
You're quite welcome. Have a good nap and have a great day.
And you have a great night, sir. You take care,
All
okay?
right, take care.
Bye
You
bye.
too. Bye.
Bye. And that was Eric Gale. Um, I would say an extraordinary talent, really. And two things, Eric, if you're still listening, two things. One, I am rather picky about guitars, even just in the looks department. I'm pretty picky, and I got to say, out of all the guitars that you showed me, just in terms of visual appeal and aesthetics, your first one, that just that's my kind of guitar right there. That first one, the colors, the grain, just everything about it, and the cracking on the headstock glaze. I mean, amazing, amazing, amazing. Oh, and the other thing is, I really don't blow sunshine. Um, even to friends, I'll be kind and all that, but I don't effusively blow sunshine. So yeah, yeah, never get rid of that. That's something special. That one right there. Okay, well, I'm gonna true to my word. I'm gonna go ahead and end this now. And Eric, I'll be sending you that mix down probably in the next 15 minutes or so before I doubt I'll be able to sleep after this, but I do need to give it a try. So, okay, that's it from Dawn in the land of the morning calm. God bless and keep you, my brother. Until next time. Okay, over and out.